What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another Slab Stocks Live on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Slab Stocks YouTube channel. My name is Aaron, joined by Nate, once again here with an episode to preview the NBA draft and cards to watch on Thursday night. So Thursday night, June 22nd, is the NBA draft, of course, with Victor Wembanyama going to be picked number 1 overall by the San Antonio Spurs. But there's a lot of other players that are going to be drafted. Maybe you've heard of some. Maybe you haven't heard of others. We're here to talk about most of the projected lottery picks and one or two maybe outside of it. But Nate, welcome to the stream today.
Thank you. Excited for the draft, but also, no Bucks first round pick has me a little bit tempered.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter, which don't believe everything you read on Twitter, about potentially trading away, like a Grayson Allen and some things to like get into the back of the first round, which honestly there's some pretty nice players in the back of the first round. I wouldn't mind getting a little younger and getting hopefully a little bit more consistent shooting maybe down the line from someone other than Grayson.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
well, Grayson, he has his detractors on defense, but he's definitely a solid role player for us.
That's true. All right, jumping into the stream for today. So gotta give some updates before some of the content for today. So Kesem update, of course, this upcoming July is gonna be our third Kesem event. Can't wait for that. Hoping to crack $300,000 in donations since 2021. We are well on our way to the goal right now, thanks to some more sponsors that we were happy to announce. So DC Sports 87 came in as a platinum sponsor. They run a consignment business on eBay, actually one of the biggest on there, thousands of cards a week. That is the one that we actually interviewed Zach and his daughter for pulling the Messi 1 of 1 the other week. So very happy to have them involved. Donate $3,000 cash straight to our fundraising page, which is amazing. IndyCar Exchange had a really fun deal done with him at the Midwest Monster. Posted that reels on Instagram, or it's in our Midwest Monster full vlog here on YouTube. So you should really go watch that. But basically ended up getting like $2,000 worth of cards or $2,200 worth of cards for $900 from Andy, which was awesome. And then OTI Sports Jason donated KD Topps Chrome PSA 10, and SGC donated 50 free card grades for this year's event. So very excited to have them back in as sponsors as well. Thank you to anyone that has joined so far. And if you do want to become a sponsor, please just DM me at Slabstocks Aaron on Instagram and can provide you information. Or if you just want to ship donations as small as $10 raw cards, you can send them to our P.O. box, which is here on the screen or in the description of the podcast. Very easy to do so. And then if you want to transfer anything to the Kesem PWCC Vault, that link or that transfer key is also in the description of the video. So appreciate anyone for helping out with Kesem, sending these kids to camp. Whose parents are impacted by cancer, that all the kids go for free, and looking to, raise a lot of money again this year. And now we have a different announcement in today's thing before we jump into the content, is about the draft card show. So you probably have never heard of the draft card show before, because this is the first time that this show will be happening. And it will be happening in Peoria, Illinois at the Louisville Slugger Sports Complex, which is massive. It's a 125,000 square foot dome. There's 12 baseball fields there that make it up, and it is going to be an awesome show. Got to talk to the showrunner. His name is Josh, and he's doing a fantastic job putting this event together. And it will be a 3-day show, 300 plus tables. And it's pretty accessible for, a lot of the different Midwest states. So I know that they're really going to draw the Midwest into this, anyone from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, Indiana area, Missouri, Kansas, I guess, too, Nate. So I'm really excited about this show. We are going to be a premium sponsor for the show. So thank you to Josh for including us in this show, because I'm super excited for this. We're looking to do a few different shows throughout the year as always. And this, I love Midwest shows, really do. Midwest Monster in Indiana, great. This one, looking forward to having another great regional show. And there is one of the little views of one of the baseball fields over there. So it's, AstroTurf, I believe. So it should be good on the feed and everything, good parking. And also there's like 5 hotels within a quarter mile. There's a bunch more around the area too. And the airport, for those that, if you would be flying in, it's 15 minutes away from the airport, the complex, and everything like that. So pretty easy to do show, and for those looking, from the Midwest or even outside the Midwest, if you want to come. But that is happening. I should have said the date. That's in October. That's October 20th to 22nd. And that is going to be after the National, obviously, but very excited to be involved in the show. We'll be set up there taking SGC submissions in person, buying, selling, trading the whole weekend long, filming content, doing a couple, podcasts out of the show as well, and maybe a live show from over there. So pretty excited about the show, and we'll have more information on that as it gets closer. But if you do want to register as a vendor, you can do so right now. The draftcardshow.com/vendors is actually where you can go and register for a discount until July 4th. So if you are in the Midwest area and want to set up at the show, you can go do that now. And anyone wants to do so, I'll see you there. So super excited about that. And the Draft Card Show at the Louisville Slugger Sports Complex. And we got some people in here right now. So Tom, Joel, Ziggy, Hector, welcome to the stream. And Tom says, "Are the Bucks going to trade for a shooter?" I'd love it. I'd love to trade for a shooter. I mean, I know we kind of have some shooters, but I always felt like we're missing a little bit of those knockdown shots.
Well, we have shooters that disappear in the playoffs.
That's exactly it. We have shooters, but they don't make the shots when we need them to.
Like, I'm very comfortable if we resign Brooke and Chris. They're both good shooters, right? Drew is generally a decent shooter. Pat, Grayson, good shooters, and yet something just missing.
Yeah, and Chris had some good performances in the playoffs this year. Of course, when we won the finals, he had some amazing performances, and I expect if he's got a full season of health under his belt to be back to his normal self. Brooke Lopez, I hope, returns. I think that he had, a little bit of a rough playoffs, as honestly our entire team did. So I'm not going to try to single people out, but some of those games he wasn't doing as great, but he's been very key to our success, for the last couple of years. So hopefully see that. I honestly, Nate, I want the band to get back together under the new coach, maybe some new energy, and maybe bring in a couple role players that have some excitement to them, or let Beauchamp, play more minutes and play more defense and everything like that. So I'm excited for the year. I'm not down on the year. I'm really excited for the NBA this year and the draft on Thursday. All right, last thing I promise before we jump into Nate's buy it sell. I posted this on Instagram. We are looking to buy a few different collections in these upcoming weeks here. We have a lot of shows coming up and want to bring some nice new cards inventory to the shows. So you can read through the post if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, just hop on Instagram and look up Slab Stocks there and look at my post. Just has to do with cards between $25 to $1,000. Collections anywhere between $2,000 to $10K. Come with spreadsheet prices, photos, the whole deal. And I'm really easy to work with. Honestly, I've made a few different deals over the last couple of weeks and even another one today. So excited to see what comes our way for the shows and hopefully can bring some nice cards to some people at these card shows. All right, Nate, it's your time to shine. Jump into your buy it or sell it section.
All right. So rules today, Aaron.
Yeah.
You have $1,500.
Ooh.
So a little bit more reasonable budget for a card. Still absurdly expensive, but a little bit more reasonable.
Not like 40K. Wasn't that last week 40K or something?
Correct. So I tried to bring it down. But you have to spend the $1,500. Each one of these cards has sold in the last 5 days for $1,500. All right?
Okay.
We'll start with the first one. You choose if you want it or not. And then, you have to choose the first one, obviously. And then you tell me if you'd rather swap it out and why.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
All right. First one, Mike Trout, Ohtani dual auto from 2022 Topps Archives for $1,500. This is your first card. You have to buy it. I figured I'd start you with something that you definitely would buy. If I know anything about you, you would buy this card.
Yes.
If it was an option for you. So we got this here, $1,500.
That's a sick card from Archives. Nice one.
Yes, it is.
I bought it.
This is actually the David Wright, Pete Alonso red I own.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's going.
It's fun. All right. Post Malone 2019 Allen and Ginter Mini Silver 1 of 1, June 20th, $1,500. You were going with Mike Trout and Ohtani for $1,500, or are you going with the Post Malone 101 from 2019 Allen?
Dude, that's really difficult. Like I'm not like a crazy Post Malone fan. I think he's got some good songs and he's got a good singing voice, and sometimes he's a little odd. But either way, $1,500 for like a very unique card where he doesn't have a whole lot of cards. Like I can go find a lot of dual autos with Ohtani and Trout on. So there's a lot by now. From a value standpoint, I actually think I'm going to take this like one of one a post. I think you just can find a crazy Post fan who would pay like $3,000 for this like pretty quickly. I don't know. That seems like a great buy. Am I stupid or?
It does seem like a great buy. It's also best offers. So, it's like somebody might have just found an absolute steal. You buy this, you bring it to a show.
Yeah,
you might be able to get $3,000 at a show for it.
I know, that's crazy. Wow. And then I want to pull this up quick. Hector said card may lose value once Shohei leaves. Nate, I saw an Instagram real estate from Foul Territory. They're talking to a beat writer from the Angels who says he's like, he knows more about Tani than probably anyone, but he still doesn't know a lot because he's like a very closed off individual. And he puts a 30% chance though Tani stays. He's like, everyone's just talking about going to the Dodgers or Yankees. He's like, well, not every single baseball player that's ever lived that's been good has played on the Dodgers or Yankees. Like,
it's true.
But so, we'll see.
But we're also talking about what is the most talented, he's the most talented baseball player in the world. So it's like, obviously the Dodgers and the Yankees are going to want to break every single piggy bank they have to get him. And they're not going to have to break as many as every other team in Major League Baseball. Now, there are teams, like the Mariners, like I'm pretty sure their owner owns Microsoft. He could probably not shed a tear and get Ohtani in there, right? So there's different teams that maybe don't spend money but have owners that could spending out of their own pocket one time for this.
Yeah, like this is Ohtani getting the greatest asset in baseball, you know? So I'm super excited to see what happens there, but we can move on here.
Yeah. As for me, I love Ohtani and Trout. Don't get me wrong. I do agree with you. The Ohtani and Trout's not numbered. As far as I know, there's a lot of dual autos of them out there. Post Malone really doesn't have that many cards, and depending on where his career goes, I don't know, but he's a big Pokemon guy, which is a nice additional
I think Magic the Gathering guy.
Or Magic the Gathering, same difference to me anyways. So, that's a nice additional tie into the card community. I think I agree. I would take the Post Malone.
Yeah, there's plenty of people who, are after cards that also would want that. Oh, a new avatar card.
So V. Schwartz, Avatar Aang, Master of All the Elements. Now, I know you haven't seen Avatar, I don't think.
No, I haven't, but I should. I hear a lot of people love that show.
But Avatar is amazing. This card is sick. I'm not wanting to give anything away for those that haven't watched it, but the Avatar, the people in the show, some don't have any powers, and some are either you can bend air, you can bend fire, you can bend water, or you can bend earth. And then there's the Avatar that can do all of it. And it's his journey of learning how to do that and stuff. And it's very cool. So to see this picture, it's totally awesome. Legendary card, but I don't know how rare this is. I don't know. I don't have a concept of how many there are out there. This could be a massive overpay, or maybe this card is super, super rare and there's like 10 in the world or something, and it's a great price.
Well, so I know it's not going to be exactly like the Pixar set because I'm looking at the bottom there. It's got like SEC as like the code there for like the rarity. So I have no idea what that means, but I imagine that it's something like one in every like 3 cases or something like super rare like that to get to $1,500. It's probably not like a 1 per case deal. So it's probably very hard to get it. That's a sick card though. And the thing that Vice Schwartz does specifically with the cards is texture on these things. That card is nasty, dude. There's so much texture going at that. It's so cool. Yeah. But I don't know enough about if it's
we gotta get some boxes for breaks. This is
really why I have to. I mean,
this is really why I brought it up.
Yeah. To me, I mean, I would take the post just because I don't know if this card will hold value. I didn't know anything about the new release or the pricing.
I too have no idea, but there's just no way I pass this card up. Like, I love Avatar: Last Airbender. I think it's one of the best shows ever. It has one of the best lines ever when Zuko says to Aang, "That's rough, buddy," which you wouldn't understand because you hasn't watched the show. But it's an amazing line in the moment. Great meme as well. And this card is just so sick. It's so cool. I don't even care if this card would go down to $500. This is my winner.
It's very cool. Tom says he might be in for some breaks. We might have to grab a few boxes, Nate.
Let's go, Tom. We have now a 2022. So you're still with Post Malone here.
Wait, 1 second. Sorry. Did you see like the live action thing they're going to be making for Avatar? Are you into that or no?
I feel like I heard something about it, but I haven't paid that close attention. They made a live action movie back in the day, and it was atrocious. So I'm not into it until, like Wheel of Time. I was waiting around forever for Wheel of Time.
He says trash,
and it was the worst show I've ever watched. And I will hate watch the second season, and I'll be grumpy the entire time. I won't be able to pull my eyes away. But it was the worst. The first season was terrible, and yet I'll watch the second season in hopes that it gets better. Avatar is going to be the same way. I'll wait and see if it's good, and I will watch it, and I might be grumpily watching it, but I'll watch it.
Got you.
All right, so you're at Post Malone. Next up, 2022 Bone Chrome Sapphire Ellie De La Cruz Purple, number 25 PSA 10.
I mean, I like this card a lot. Honestly, I'd take it if his prices didn't rise like 50% in the last like 2 weeks. But like, part of me thinks if I take this and he doesn't, keep up his hot streak, or even if his small hot streak he had, this could instantly drop $500 like by the end of the week. Like, I just think it's too risky to take this card right now, where the 101 post, you at least dictate your market, and you're not like risking a new comp going down $1,000 by the end of the week. So I know it's probably not that many PSA 10s out there of a purple at 25, but I'll keep the post. Although I'd like to get a baseball card here to swap out for, but maybe there's none left.
So I will say this, the Reds are now in first place in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unexpected. Just 2 years ago, it was, wow, they dumped Wade Miley, they dumped Nick Castellanos, they dumped Sonny Gray, they dumped this, they dumped that, to having one bad year in the net, and now you're on top of the division with more young guys that they can call up. Noelvi Marte not called up, right? Guys like that. So they're in really good shape for the foreseeable future. And Ellie De La Cruz will likely be the face of that team. He's playing in a tiny ballpark in Great American. He plays a decent number of games in a tiny ballpark in Miller Park. He'll play a decent number of games in a tiny ballpark in Wrigley Field. He plays shortstop. Like, there's a chance he's hitting, 40 home runs, shortstop. He's not showing the power now, but he's 6'5", 40 home run type power in those small ballparks as a shortstop for a team that's leading its division and has good young pitching up and coming and good young position players around him. I think I'm taking the Avatar card because I'm a homer and a sucker. But if I wasn't, I know the prices have gone crazy, but just forecasting forward, it's not. I don't hate the price.
Yeah, you don't hate the price.
All right, and then one last one here: Jude Bellingham, Topps Inception Auto, number to 49, PSA 10, Pop 3.
Bring it over. That's the one. Give me the Inception Jude Bellingham rookie auto, blue out 49. It's nice. Very nice. And now he's on Real Madrid, and I expect him, he's 19 right now. I expect him to be there for, a decent amount of his career. Wouldn't be surprised if he wins a couple trophies every year, for the rest of his time in Real Madrid, with how, they've really loaded. Oh, look at that. It's from Limestone. Our friend Limestone Cards right there, Kevin, as a seller. But if you look at this seller right there, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he, becomes one of the most popular midfielders in the world for the next 10 years. So I'm taking Jude.
I like it. All right. I am not. I'm still taking Avatar, and that is done with buy it and sell it.
There you go. It looks like that Bazooka Tom ended at Otani Trout. Let us know if you played along with the exercise, what card you ended on in your collection by the end of the $1,500. All right, jumping into some NBA draft preview action here. So we're just going to go through, it was like an ESPN mock draft from a couple days ago. I think they just released a newer one today. But an ESPN mock draft from a couple days ago. It was an ESPN Plus article. And we're just going to walk through the different names in the top 14 picks, the lottery, and some card sales of each. So I'll take the first 7 picks, Nate, or 6 picks. Nate will take the last 8 picks or so, and we'll go from there. So, of course, Victor Wembanyama is projected to go number 1 overall, coming over from the French League, Metropolitans, 92. Very interesting team name there. No surprise here. But as for some of his interesting card sales, so as we know, the green autograph, that number out of 99 is the card where he signed, first card I ever signed, but they're all redemptions. So no one really knows where is the green autograph going to go. These things are selling like insane, dude. Like for the redemptions, it's somewhere, right now they're selling between like 7K and 10K. Basically, the first one sold for 11.5K. Most of the recent sales are $7,000 for the 99s. Like, I understand that you got like technically a 1 in 99 chance to get this thing, based that someone in the 99 will get it, but it's like, bro, like that's not like, just grab like a gold auto for the same price in my mind. But this is high end gambling is what this is at this point. You're just gambling and getting
you now have a 1 in 99 shot of getting this card.
And not only that, but let's say that let's just say it randomly gets assigned to one of the first 10. but you bought one of the first like 20 sales. It's like, well, shoot, I'm not kidding it. Now all these other, like, I guarantee his card by the time that someone maybe gets them, posts it, drops 80% in value, 75% in value, something crazy like that. And then also for just maybe some more affordable cards, he's got the non-auto SP of the Bowman Chrome. Affordable in quotes is between $1,500 and $2,500. But the refractor autos from Bowman Chrome are doing 25. The base autos from Inception are doing around 16 right now. Both will be on card. And I don't know when they're going to start to get delivered, but I did hear that Bowman's Best University will have live Victor autos in it. So either they're going to have the first on-card autos or their sticker autos because they could get them in quicker, one of the two. I don't know what it'll be. But yeah, nothing to talk about Victor. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone knows his height's like 7'5" now or something like that. And I guess we'll see. Number 2 and pick number 3 are up in the air right now. It's either going to be Brandon Miller to Charlotte or Scoot to Charlotte. I don't think that the Hornets will end up taking Scoot with LaMelo there. I just don't see it really happening. But maybe they do. But projected right now, they get Brandon Miller to them, maybe trading the pick, something like that. And then you got Brandon Miller's red autographs numbered out 5 right here, 1775 and 1,424 for 2 different reds. And we will see what happens with his sales as NBA cards come out in the near future here. I guess that maybe be still like 6 months away. But these are these are some nice color match cards for those that like them, color match. And Nate, who do you think, Brandon Miller or Scoot to the Hornets?
I think it's going to be Brandon Miller. I think new ownership probably want to take the safer pick with LaMelo already there. But yeah, that's just my guess.
I agree with that. Now, this is where it gets interesting. They got actually, let me recap this really quick. $50 and $55 for Chrome auto around 50, Inception auto around 55 right now for the base autos. It's not like crazy expensive, but to me, like when you're buying the first Chromes of some of these guys and girls too in Chrome basketball, I'd rather grab the ones that like are still going to be in college. Those are going to be their cards that people are going to be chasing during March Madness or having good seasons that they'll start to get hyped up for next year's draft. I think that there will be some runway for the basketball because Panini takes so long to release their NBA products. But you got maybe like a 6 to 7 month window to buy and sell them if they start to do well. And then for 3, they have Scoot Henderson going number 3, but this is where I start to question a little bit about the prices. Now, the most expensive cards of his sold back in March. Like that was for some random Leaf cards. I don't know if that's because there was nothing out then, for Bowman U for him. But like these things are like cheetah print mosaic 1 of 1s. I don't even know what the heck that is, but like $700 for some of these. But looking at his Bowman Chrome University, Scoot Henderson, orange auto, $660. Victor Wembanyama, $10,000. Like that is a massive, massive, massive discrepancy. Nate, I get that Victor is supposed to be.
Yeah, but Victor is like the best prospect. Scoot is Scoot would be number 1 in most of the years that have happened in the relative short term, but still, Victor is the best prospect since LeBron.
But like you're talking like 20 times the difference in price.
We're talking about the best prospect since LeBron. Not just the best prospect of the last 10 years, the best prospect in 20 years.
Fair enough. Well, let us know. Would you rather have
he wasn't even alive when LeBron was drafted?
That's true. Which is crazy to speak about LeBron's career in that capacity, right? But let us know in the comments. Would you rather have like 18 Scoot Henderson refractor oranges 25 autos or 1 Victor Wembanyama? Maybe y'all can let us know what you would rather have going into the NBA draft.
Real quick, Damian, have you seen Damian Lillard's comments?
Yeah, I think he wants to stay, right? That's the most recent comment.
He wants to stay, but he's basically said that he wants the number 3 pick traded for somebody that can help today because he doesn't want to be a part of a young team that's building towards something.
I saw Bam Adebayo's name thrown around.
So, they're gonna try to get something for this pick. Now, Bam Adebayo would quantify in my mind as a disappointment. Maybe not deservedly so, but I would think I would be disappointed if that's what it was. Like I'd rather package some things together and get somebody a little bit more exciting than that. But it might also be good to package, then Dame can still be the lead scorer while Bam is doing a bunch of other good stuff.
The interesting thing about like getting a there's not like too many like star players that are like a little not like super young players, but like on teams that aren't good enough to contend, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a very weird market to like trade away that number 3 pick to like a team that would take Scoot, which I think that any team should want to trade in that if you can. Saw the Pelicans name thrown around with
Well, I
Zion.
mean, like who could you get? Would you trade it for Zion? Would you take that chance and have 2 injury-prone guys? Probably not. Maybe you could get Brandon Ingram. Maybe you go to the Celtics and say, "Hey, can we have Jaylen Brown?"
Yes, supposedly the Celtics said they want to retain Jaylen Brown, which is confusing to me. I don't know why I would trade Jaylen Brown to get Scoot Henderson. I would do
So
it.
I don't know what the Blazers' plan is, but
Yeah, we'll see.
maybe they get Chris Milton.
We're not getting the 3rd pick. All right, number 4, one of the 2 Thompson twins, Amen Thompson or Amen Thompson. I haven't heard it pronounced before. I imagine it's like Amen Thompson. One of the 2 from Overtime Elite. So a couple years ago, Overtime Elites created their league. Shout out to Sam from Overtime. Was able to go into their office. Was really cool in New York and spend some time with them. It's basically a league that's meant for people from players who are either in high school or just out of high school, not going to the college or G League Ignite or overseas route. And these 2 are now eligibly drafted this year. They weren't eligibly drafted last year, I believe, or they just waited to get drafted. So he's supposed to go number 4 to the Rockets. They're extremely talented guards who are like 6'7" with crazy athleticism, I've been reading. Point guard, shooting guards, and they've had cards out since 2021. So this was like their first cards. They do have a rookie logo on some of these, I believe, somewhere. Maybe not this specific one because it's like a variation, but this is the black and white out of 10 PSA 10 that sold like 10 days ago now, 12 days ago for $1,350. And then you've got a more affordable option that just sold today, refractor auto for $80. I imagine, when their names get called, some people will hear their names for the first time ever, actually.
The rookie logo was an interesting choice.
Yeah, that's way different than we've ever seen before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a italicized RC. Really.
Well, no, I just don't know why there's a rookie logo on it.
Oh,
It's not
not like a real, first logo would make more sense here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't do first on Topps Chrome, so
that's
fair.
But
I'm not saying the rookie logo was the right choice. Remember when they did that with like Justin Verlander or whatever? They tried to do like they call it like first card or something like that in 2005. They made that 1 year of like the Topps Verlander where it wasn't a rookie, it was a prospect, but it was in Topps, which they stopped after that, I think. Number 5, and this one's got Cam Whitmore from Villanova. But I've seen Jarris Walker's name thrown around there, 2 dudes who are in Bowman Chrome University basketball. Someone got a best offer on the Black Shimmer 1-of-1 for $400, which didn't seem that bad from Bowman Chrome U. It really doesn't seem that bad, really. To have a potential top 5 pick in the NBA draft, 1-of-1 from the set to get for $400. I actually own the Arterio Morris of this card. Do I think Arterio Morris is going to be a top 10 pick in the NBA? No, probably not. Hopefully I have it sold before that if he does well at Kansas this year. But yeah, $400 for that, Inception patch auto 3 color for $72. His market's actually like quite low. I imagine it's because Villanova wasn't good last year. They weren't in the tournament. Honestly, before the Bowman University set released, didn't even know who Cam Whitmore was. And I watched college basketball last year. So, like, I didn't watch, like, Marquette play Villanova. If I did, I probably would know who he is. But how many people are, like, tuning into a Big East game randomly who's not a Big East basketball fan? Not too many. And if they weren't in the tournament, people just don't know who he is. So his cards just are not that valuable right now. I imagine once he gets drafted, there will be more people looking for his cards than there were today or yesterday. And also very unfortunate to spell his name wrong on the Superfractor auto sale. I actually was watching this card because I'm just looking at all Superfractors listed from this set. So I did see it. This seems like a steal to me. I was considering bidding it. Ended at 12:30 a.m. as well. I remember watching it. $935 for his first Bowman Chrome Superfractor auto. Like,
how do people do this? All you have to do is look at the card. Just look at the card while you're typing out the name. It's a super refractor. Okay, if it's a base card, I get trying to be quick and listing as many cards as you can in a night, whatever. But something that's this expensive, you think maybe just a simple double check?
You think, yeah, it's spelled Whitmore. So, like, anyone that actually has a safe search for Cam Whitmore wouldn't have seen this. And that's the people who would be willing to spend $2,000 on his card, is the ones who do safe searches for Cam Whitmore specifically. I actually thought I should have bid on this, but either way, congrats to whoever got that. I think that's a pretty solid price. Asar Thompson, the other Thompson twin, projected the Magic. His most expensive was a red out of 5 non-auto for $1,700. This was last August, though. And then recently there's been an Inception, which I love this 2020 Inception design for soccer. They've got here for OTE. So for $60 for a base auto of 200. That is the top 6 projected picks in the draft right now, or at least from this article I pulled from. And really quick updates on SEC grading. So our June 15th submission did go out on the 15th, of course, as promised. That has been received there as of yesterday already, and probably be graded by tomorrow. Scans will be available by like Thursday or Friday, and will be shipped back to you probably by early next week. If we'll have the package back in hand by like Monday, it should be back to you by sometime next week. So really good turnaround there. Expected on the 15th submission. And then for the 30th, that's coming up June 30th. We do have the $15 special for football grading live on our website right now. So you can actually submit football cards through slabstacks.com/grading for $15. If you have basketball and baseball cards or soccer cards to submit to, or non-sport, you can still submit those in the same order number. You just have to create an order or add to cart your football order for $15, go back to the grading page, and then go through the process for the $18 grading for all the other sports. Add that to your card. Then you'll have 2 different orders in your card for 2 different prices. So very easy to do. And that's available to do on slabstacks.com/grading. Then June 21st, that's tomorrow, actually. I've got a break here on our YouTube channel again, ripping a couple cases of Bowman Chrome U football. And there is some soccer Topps Chrome Barcelona available as well. I've got 3 boxes of those that came in from the UK. And there's a few Bowman Chrome U basketball boxes left, so you can get those at slabstocks.com/shop if you want to join us tomorrow here on the Slabstocks YouTube channel for some breaks. Very excited to do that again. Hopefully we can hit a nice Caleb Williams Bowman Chrome U football. All right, on to the next picks.
All right, so we got Jarris Walker for Houston, not quite 20 years old yet, and he is projected to go to the Pacers. His most expensive card is actually a 2022 McDonald's All-American card, Aaron. Superfractor insert here, Hoopers. Which is pretty fun. That sold for $154 in May. It's actually kind of a sweet card.
It is cool.
I do like it. I like how the colors on it match up with the jersey colors, even including the superfractor finish there.
100%.
Whereas a more recent sell, I usually just try to grab the first sale on the list on Card Ladder, and we had a Bowman Chrome University refractor. I cut it off so it fit, but refractor auto numbered to $4.99. Selling for $20.
To me, this is another thing like Cam Whitmore, just lack of awareness of who he is. I mean, I'm not saying that he's
Houston was really good.
Yeah, Houston was really good.
But who's watching Houston play?
Even if they were really good, I feel like a lot of people weren't picking them to do well in the tournament or like knew who their players were. That's just like a not very collected college basketball team. And then for NBA perspective, like you got to land on a team before people really start to dig in, I feel.
Yep. You got the Washington Wizards. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to find Anthony Black cards if you don't put in the year. Because I just did Anthony Black, not thinking, and all of a sudden it was every single Anthony and every single Black card, whether it be Black Border from Heritage or Black Bowman Chrome or whatever it might be. Right. But Anthony Black from Arkansas going to the Wizards. And his most expensive card is actually with Nick Smith Jr., his fellow Arkansas teammate. And their dual relic number to 99 sold on auction for $333, which is interesting because this is not a $333 card or anywhere close.
I mean, let's be real. That sale probably happened early on, and now it's just not.
No, June 11th.
Okay, well, June 18th, it was $248.
I don't know what's going on here. Arkansas fans needing them?
No, I'll tell you, that probably is what's going on. When we did our 5 case breaks, literally like a few different people were just from Arkansas. We're like, I need all the Arkansas players. I want to have them all. Like, were any not paid for? Like, they were even asking if they weren't paid for because they wanted their Arkansas players so badly. So probably a combination of Arkansas fans never having a great NBA talent. Excuse me, other than Bobby Portis. No dig on Bobby Portis. And wanting to have these cards, I'm sure, with players going in the top 15 picks each or top 20.
Yeah. So I can see that, and it makes sense. And then you got just recently, the last sale or so, Bowman U. Again, kind of hard for me to find these cards, so took whichever one I could find. A Bowman Inception University auto selling for $26 on the 19th. I do have a comment on Bowman Inception base autos here in a little bit, but we'll talk about that when I get to, I think, Grady Dick. Taylor Hendricks.
Wait 1 second. Hector gave you a good tip. If you do put quotation marks around any 2 words, it only searches the ones that the words are right next to each other.
On Card Ladder?
Yeah, or on eBay too.
I did not know that. Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hector and Aaron. Taylor Hendricks doesn't have any cards, so don't have anything to review, but he's projected to go number 9 from UCF. Dallas Mavericks are expected to draft predicted to draft Derek Lively II from Duke. Derek Lively, Aaron.
Yeah. Go ahead, share what your tie is to Derek Lively.
We hit the 101 auto in Bowman Inception. We also hit a couple of dual patch autos of him, or at least one.
Yeah.
So we had a really good Derek Lively day for sure. But
this one, I don't want to say shocked me, but like I remember looking at mocks like a month and a half ago when Inception was starting to release, and like he was like down in like the 25s to 30s. Multiple mocks now have him top like at 10 or 9 or 11, where I'm like, okay, he had some really good workouts or something like that, or people really need centers now. I don't know, because there's not that many good centers in this draft. He's like the first center, I think, on the list.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, but his top sale was also a dual patch auto with Kyle Filipowski. And this sold gold number to 50 for $150 on May 29th, which honestly, what would you rather have, this or this for a couple guys from Duke or the Arkansas one? And these are actually decent patches.
Yeah, this is a cool one. I mean, Duke collectors are, way bigger and more prominent too than Arkansas.
Yeah. And then also an Bowman Inception base auto going for 15, one of the last sales I could find of Lively. All right, on to Grady Dick. This is an important conversation here. Number 1, just an absolute stud. Number 2, going to the Magic would be unfortunate. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But his top card sale was, again, a Leaf Exotic Tiger Prismatic.
These are disgusting. This is just a gross looking card.
Yeah, and it's not a very flattering picture of him either.
No, it's just...
number 15 sold for $200. It is what it is. What's more important is this one. Aaron, there's a weird phenomenon going on here. Now I know this is they're not autos, but here is a Grady Dick Inception card. Base. Yeah. Here is a Bowman Chrome University green.
Okay.
$7 and $12.50.
Are we? I mean, I'm seeing some $3 base cards of him or less.
Okay, so this is just a weird auction?
Yeah, you're just looking at a weird auction because there was a gold out of 50 from Inception that did $12 as well.
Yeah, but I've been seeing a lot of Inception base cards selling pretty well compared to color.
I mean, the fact that even they're getting like $4 to $6 is kind of crazy to me, but I mean, that's definitely one off sale. It's bigger. I mean, you could have gotten a gold for $12, so.
Yeah, well, okay, but this is not the only guy where the base cards and base autos are eerily close to the colors.
I don't know. Maybe someone wants to go get a bunch and get them signed by the players. Maybe it makes more sense to sign the base. I'm not sure.
I don't know. But also that $7 green. Wish I'd seen that. I would have bought that on fixed price all day long just to have.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Kobe Buffkin, Oklahoma City, from Michigan. I wouldn't take a guy from Michigan, but that's just me. He actually had his Bowman Chrome University, but from the previous year.
Yeah, he wasn't in this year's set.
Correct. Black Shimmer sell for $300 on June 9th, and a more recent one, even though that is pretty recent, a gold sold for $13. So it would be kind of a fun rainbow to chase, I would imagine. And we only have a couple more here. Toronto Raptors, Jalen Hood-Schifino from Indiana, going to be 20 here real soon. He had a Prism Draft Nebula 101 auto sell for $263 on March 25th.
Okay. Why does Panini have to take one of their actually best things, a Nebula, and put some fast break discos on top of it? Why?
Because Panini, they wanted to make 2 of them.
So we're thinking there's a real Nebula and a fast break Nebula?
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
I bet you $1 million that's the case.
Probably go find a bunch of them on eBay or something like that right now.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So $263 for that for the Prism. And then you have more recently a gold number or yellow number 75 selling out of Bowman Chrome U for $46.
Not some great centering on that one.
There was a lot of poor centering on this Bowman Chrome U.
There's
from what I
I
read.
mean, if you get some good ones, get them graded because they might hold some more value. Also, you got a guy here. I didn't know that there's another French player from Metropolitans.
Metropolitans, Bilal Koulibaly, if that's how you say it. He's super young, and he only has 2 sales on Card Ladder that I could find.
That's a custom,
and it's a hot shot custom card that somebody bought for $55.
Yeah, make sure that you don't buy something for $55. You can literally print out a printer.
Just
also
a poor choice.
Koulibaly, same name as the Chelsea defender that's going to Saudi Arabia now.
Oh, cool.
But different spelling.
And then lastly, Aaron put up the Sacramento Kings. And that's because Chris Murray, Keegan Murray's brother. Keegan Murray is a king.
Mm-hmm.
They are twins, correct?
They are twins, same age and everything because they're twins.
And so it'd be super interesting if the Kings managed to snag Murray in the back half of the first round after they had their first good year in forever. Be super, super interesting if they could get them on the same team. His top sale ever was a Prism Black Gold penmanship auto sold for $225 on March 6th. And which is actually, just a spectacular looking card with the black on top, black on the bottom.
Bazooka Tom would love that.
Yeah, and gold, and then you get that little bit right there in the black, gold, black. Like it looks like it's jersey.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So that's his most expensive card, and then you have Inception base auto selling for $11.50, which I don't know. I think I might just start trying to get a slow burn to getting the entire Inception base auto checklist.
You could do it for a pretty affordable amount until you run into Victor Wembanyama, hoping that he has more autographs to release later and the prices drop.
Yep.
But yeah, man, some of them look pretty nice. And Chris Murray, I did include it for the fact that they have the Kings projected taking the twin brother. This isn't in the lottery, obviously, but there's always these guys, man, in every NBA draft that come in the back half of the first round that were like a little older, really good college players that just aren't drafted because they don't have, the upside when like realistically like 70% of the guys in front of them won't be better NBA players than they'll be.
Correct.
But there's a chance that they'll be.
A lot of teams don't need that upside. If you have Giannis, if you have De'Aaron Fox, if you have whoever it might be, you don't need the upside. You have it on your team. You just need guys to complement those pieces.
I totally agree. Of all the years, man, I know we won a championship by trading for Drew Holiday. That's the reason why we're doing a first round pick this year. But like, man, I'd love to be able to take Chris Murray and put him on the Bucks. That's what I'm really hoping we make a trade for something like this. But I don't know if it'll happen. Bazooka Town would instantly become a Kings fan. That is fact. And I got one here earlier. Nate, true or false? Juan Soto will have a better career than Juan Gonzalez.
That's a good one. I mean, Juan Gonzalez played pretty old.
He has a 38.7 WAR. He had 434 home runs. Wow.
Oh wait, he only played till 35. I thought he was older than that. Definitely better career. Why am I thinking he played until like his 40s?
They were thinking of someone else. And then Max is off to Saudi Arabia. I'm just trying to relate soccer to basketball. Appreciate you being here, my man. No soccer talk today, other than Jude Bellingham. You getting some last stats pulled up here?
I'm just trying to.
He had 46 home runs and 43 home runs in back-to-back years, and then the year after he had 19, but in less games played. I think 47 another year. He had like
42, 45.
Yeah, 540 home runs.
Yeah, but Adam Dunn had like 4 straight of 40 or 46 or something like that.
Chris Carter or whatever his name was.
Definitely Juan Soto is likely going to have a better career than a lot of players you can list off.
And especially with his age too. I mean, he accumulated so many stats at such a young age.
And Juan Gonzalez was up at 19 as well, but not as many games, 19, 20, 22.
Yeah. I mean, he had a first full season by the time he was 21. Soto probably had like 3 full seasons by that point.
Also, Soto hit 2 home runs last night?
I did. Hopefully he gets back on track.
I mean, he's 5 points away from a 900 OPS, so
yeah,
pretty good track.
I suppose he's on track.
Yeah.
Maybe the batting average, though. I mean, I don't know if we just don't care at all about being 30 points off his career average when his, OBP and slugging are pretty close to his career averages. But
I mean, he's 50 points off from his OPS career, so like it's a concern, but it's not like
yeah.
If he's a 250 hitter with a 400 on base the rest of his career, I would be thrilled.
There you go. Even for a $450 million contract.
If you're getting 400 plus on base every single year and hitting home runs, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, everyone. We'll end it here. Draft Thursday night. I think that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It starts. Breaks tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Super excited about that. We'll see you all there, and we appreciate anyone that comes to Slab Stocks Live, and we'll see you all in the next one.
See you guys.